Last week I went to Anime Expo to try out Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Thanks again to Bandai Namco for letting me record this footage. Let's get right into it. Now first of all, I'm picking the classic control layout just because I'm used to the Tenkaichi 3 and 2 control layouts. And I'm turning all the assist options off, and this time I decided to play on Destroyed Planet Namek. Then right away we get into character select. And I actually wanted to try out some niche characters this time, so I went ahead and picked Bergamo. After Bergamo, I decided to pick Piccolo. And lastly, I picked Kid Gohan. On the enemy team, I first picked Gogeta. Then, I picked Tien. Lastly, I picked Yamcha. And that line right there that Yamcha said, that was straight up the same one as BT3. So we get right into the intro. And Bergamo's interaction here is just so funny. God, Gogeta looks so cool. You'll hear that word a lot in this video, by the way. So we get right into it. At this point, I've kind of mastered the movement system. I've gotten a lot more used to it, keeping some distance between me and Gogeta, and I get right into it, start doing a combo, but I kind of whiffed it at the end, so... Gogeta's hitting me now. That string right there, I'm pretty sure that actually is straight from BT3, where he does the flurry of kicks. And now I do a Z counter, throw him away, rush right to him, do a smash hit, another key blast. I will say the step system in this game is really, really nice. The side steps, I mean. And I did his blast one that's come at me. And it should make you larger as you get hit, but I'm not 100% sure, because there wasn't a clear visual cue for it. So I go into sparking mode, I do his blast 2 rush super, and I whiffed it completely. And then I did his ultimate blast, the Trio de Danger beam. Lavender and Basil come in and do the beam with me. I really hope they're playable. I feel like their kits are varied enough to where they could make some really, really unique characters. So Gogeta's running away from me at this point because clearly he is terrified of my strength. I do a Z burst dash. I have to say the Z burst dashes in this game are so fast. You essentially teleport to your opponent. I do his blast 2, Wolfgang penetrator. I do his Danger Knuckle Blast 2 again. This time, once more, I whiff it, unfortunately. Do some key blasts, and Gogeta is down. Tien comes in and does a Dodon Ray right away. I swap to Piccolo. And, of course, much like Frieza from the last video, Tien is spamming Dodon Ray over and over and over. So I do his I'll beat you to death blast 2. And he doesn't say it, unfortunately. So I'm just charging. I will say, just like Tenkaichi 3, the AI knows when to stop you and will throw key blasts at you when you're charging up, just so that you don't charge up. So I've got Tien locked in a corner here. I do a smash attack, hit him right into the corner once more. He's completely stuck, but I accidentally push him right out of it. I push him back into the wall. And now he's fighting back, but... Oh, I whiffed the lip strike there. Again, he throws his Dodon Ray. I almost go into sparking mode. Again, these beam supers, I do hope that in the future build, and the final build, that they stop spamming those And I do hit Piccolo's all-out blast 1. I get battle damage. I throw a special beam cannon. This move looks gorgeous, just like every other ultimate in the game. Unfortunately, I miss it. You'll notice that I miss a lot of moves in this round with Piccolo. I was trying to swap to Gohan, but my teammate gauge hadn't filled yet. Just dodging Tien's attacks. So I knock Tien up. Do a combo on him, then he vanishes my attacks. It was a little hard to tell what was going on because the camera was going a bit crazy. I do a smash attack, he rushes right back. I did a step, and then he whipped his solar flare. I break his guard. Again, I step in, do a smash attack. Start charging once more. I will say the key blasts in this game feel a little bit like Kakarot. They're not as good as BT3 for zoning, but they're still nice for combo extensions and such. Yamcha hits me with a Kamehameha. I try to do his Rush Blast 2, and I actually land it. He does his Mouth Beam. All out once more. Go right into sparking mode with it. I do another special beam cannon, but does it hit? Let's find out. Absolutely not. So Yamcha, in this game, his Vanish game was kind of on point with the attacks. We're both charging. I go into sparking mode again. I try to hit one more special beam cannon. I got one more in me. And this time, I actually hit him. After 3 attempts. I had 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Do I do it? I beat him. Just shy of the timer being run out. And of course, his windscreen, so sick. Now, let's move on to round 2. I picked Rocky Land because I hadn't played on it yet. First, I picked Goku Super. And second, I picked Vegeta Super. Now you might be wondering, didn't you already play as these characters? Yes, but you'll see why I picked them very, very soon. Lastly, I picked Frieza. On the enemy team, I first picked Buu Saga Gohan. Then, I picked Android 18. And lastly, Birder. Oh right, I was trying to change the OST because I had been playing the same one over and over and over. Admittedly, the audio was quite quiet, so I couldn't really hear the OST. The little bit I did hear sounded pretty good. But of course, I made sure that both of my teams were good to go and I started the fight. Of course, Goku and Buu Saga Gohan have a unique interaction. So sweet. Alright, let's get right into the fight. So I get some space between Gohan. This is pretty crazy. You can punch buildings and rocks and stuff now to destroy them. Before, you had to rush through them or do a beam. So I do a step-in combo with Gohan. I stopped. I kind of missed it at the end. I will say the tracking on some of these moves, I do hope they improve a little bit in the future. I do his Rush Blast 2. I believe he did this in the Tournament of Power. I believe it was against Rosie, I could be wrong. So he does some Ki Blasts to zone me. He does a Z counter. I recover. I do a Ki Charge. and I decide to transform or fuse right into Gogeta. This is what everything had led up to. This is why I had picked Goku and Vegeta Super again. God, the fusion is so sick. So Gohan's in sparking mode, and he does a Z counter right there. I do a Z burst dash, it's pretty much like teleportation. He Z counters my grab. I do a recovery. My sidestep game in this match was on point. He does an explosive wave. So I do a combo, another step in one. I do a sidestep, smash hit down. The geometry messed up my combo there. Some of the geometry does interfere with the combat. I'm sure they'll improve how the tracking works in the final game. I do some Ascend Key Blasts. The kiosks were lagging a little bit once more. She does the leg sweep, but doesn't continue the combo. I transform right to Super Saiyan. God, that's a cool transformation. So I block all of her hits. She does an Android barrier. We're both hitting each other at the same time. Now I do a combo string. This time, the smash hit on the side actually landed quite nicely. In the last video, they came out pretty delayed. So I do a key charge. I go right to sparking mode. And the weather changes, of course. I was trying to do a Z burst dash, but I ended up grabbing, but I do it right the second time. And I do his brush super. From the Broly movie, this move is so sick, man. For some reason, I de-transformed, but I think I meant to transform to blue right there. So Burter comes in. Of course, he's the fastest in the universe. So I had to level up. I had to go Super Saiyan Blue. Woo! That is a sick transformation. Again, I had to go to sparking mode, but I wanted to get some space in with Burter. And he's fast. I do a Z counter right there. I keep hitting him. Do some key blasts just to get some extra damage output. So Burter makes his way right back to me. I do a combo. Not really a combo, but kind of an attempt of one. He does a sidestep. I do a Sonic Split for the very first time. Same input as BT3. Now here I do a grab combo. I charge, and I do an instant transmission. I do a Stardust Breaker, but it misses. I charge some more to go into sparking mode. And I tried to do a Z-Burst dash, but I couldn't. So I tried to do it again, and I finally managed to do it properly. I do his Meteor Explosion Super. And this Rush Super just looks fantastic. That scream, I just can't get over it. I do another Stardust Blaster, and I think I've missed once more. He does some Key Blasts. I do another instant transmission, and I do a Stardust Barrier, and I knock him down to the ground. And now Burter's hitting me, so I do a revenge counter just to get him off of me. Which I will say it's better than Emergency Blaster Wave. I'm glad that's gone. So Burter's hitting me, but I'm trying to get back into the groove, and I finally get hit with a revenge counter, and I finally beat him. And that's Gogeta's win screen right there. God, he's so cool. I'm never gonna get over fusions in the Tenkaichi games. They're just so sick. What made the Tenkaichi series really special back in the day was the fact that the niche characters also got the love and attention that they deserved. And in this game, that is no exception. I have even more gameplay for you guys coming over the next few days, so keep your eye out on the channel. You don't want to miss it. Until then, Later!